Welcome to Robertland. That's right, your favorite not safe for work fast food pajama de papa. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Robertland. What's up, my co-host, Mr. Rossco Soletrain?
You know what that sounds like, Robert?
That sounds like Pacific Seas.
Is that what it smells like?
Yeah.
Smells?
It smells and
Can't
sounds
even speak
like.
English anymore, bro.
I know. Well, it's great to have you here.
Still got a sugar hangover from the Halloween season, which was months ago.
Yeah, man.
I still feel it, dude.
I feel it too, dude.
Yeah, we got skeletons up in here.
This is us if we let the diabetes win. You
I
know,
and like we were close enough that there was John. They'd just be slapping us in the face if there was some Johnsons.
Wouldn't it be weird if the Johnsons were the only ones to stay on the skeleton body, you know, even after they're dead? That'd be
so
crazy.
Fucking rad.
But dude, speaking of rad,
yeah,
this is our Tiki celebration. We're talking about Tiki bars all month long, and this one is.
We're not even talking about Tiki bars per se. We're talking about Tiki chains.
Yeah, chains of Tiki.
Yeah. Although the one that we're talking about today is not necessarily a chain. At one point in time during the Dead series, if you're curious, during the Dead series, we talked about Clifton's cafeteria, and one of the Clifton's cafeterias was not even really necessarily a cafeteria. It was, but it was also a bar, and it was called Clifton's Pacific Seas.
So we're going to talk all about that today.
We are, but before we do that, we got to get to my favorite segment.
Your favorite segment, a fast food minute. Enjoy.
In 1994, Long John Silver's, everyone's favorite fast food fish restaurant, took a page out of the McDonald's and Burger King playbook and did a promotional tie-in with the Little Rascals film. The chain offered an instant win scratch card game, and the commercial was such a success that the company partnered with another movie, Lost in Space, 4 years later. That deal did not go nearly as well. The scratch and sniff turd game that went with the promotion of 1998's Lost in Space was perfect, as the movie was a huge abortion turd. Long Dong Silvers. Ah!
Oh, man.
God damn, that was good, bro.
That was great, dude. So, so Clifton's Pacific Seas.
Yeah. We're going to talk about both of them because there is a Clifton's Pacific Seas that exists right now, but it's not the original Pacific Seas.
Oh.
So the original Pacific Seas, I believe now is a... We'll get into it, but I think right now
it's a bathhouse in downtown LA.
That'd be fucking great if it was a bathhouse. we could meet John Travolta there, you know?
Yeah, dude. I hope so.
We could, coat the walls
with
love.
We should get a job there. At the Clifton's bathhouse.
I mean, you know what? I'm kind of looking for a new career. I just want something, another log to put on the fire.
Yeah.
And anything that gets me closer to John Travolta is a good is a good start for me.
I'd agree.
Yeah, man. So I got a question for you about Clifton's Pacific Seas. Have you ever been to Clifton's Pacific Seas?
I have not.
Okay, I have.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, can I touch you?
You can. Yeah. Here.
All right. Yeah. Whoa, dude. Magical.
Now smell it. Does it smell salty?
Kind of does, dude.
It's because I was actually hanging out with John Travolta earlier.
Whoa,
it was crazy.
Dude.
It is a bathhouse now. Wow. Yeah, man. Clifton Seven Seas is fucking rad. It's now a hidden tiki bar inside of Clifton's Republic, which is the old Clifton's Cafeteria, which is the old Clifton's Brookdale location. And it is not the same thing as it once was at one point in time. But I will say that Clifton's Pacific Seas, as it exists to this day, is a fucking gem.
Yeah.
It's a gem, dude. It's so pretty. What do I have in my pocket? Oh, I have a
IOU?
No, isn't it cute? The Madonna Inn receipts are pink.
Whoa, it matches your shirt, kind of.
That's so cute.
That is very cute. The Madonna Inn is a fun spot. We got to talk about them someday, too.
One day we will.
And so,
I bought slippers.
Really?
Yeah, this is from my carpet slippers. They're great. They look like the carpets at the Madonna Inn.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, they're cool, man.
Dude, I like that. I like to be buried in those.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would actually like to be buried in the carpet.
At Madonna
or
Inn?
just cremated and then squish me into the carpets in the Madonna Inn.
Dude, you should do that. This is what they did at that Heart Attack Cafe in Vegas.
For that guy?
For that like 400-pound guy. They have him in an urn.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder what they're going to do for John Travolta at the bathhouse when he passes.
I think they're going to use him for oils or something. Yeah.
Are they? Yeah. They just distill him down into some oil?
Yeah, dude. Which sounds like something you could use for your ship while you're in the Pacific Seas. Right? So,
wow.
What is the story? How did it start?
Well, let's just go. I'm going to go through and just kind of I'm gonna say this. We're gonna start with how it is now.
This is cool to return to Clifton's.
Yeah, the return to Clifton's is fucking great. Clifton's is a great place. We got to go there, man.
Yes,
yeah,
I know.
You will really like it.
I've heard that forever.
Yeah, even as a non-drinker, it's just it's very special.
Yeah,
and there is a dress code. So if you guys are like, ooh, Pacific Seas, I've never been there, but I want to go. There is a dress code, and it's pretty mild.
Yeah.
So you could go in there wearing a what are these called? A Hawaiian shirt? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And you'd be fine. But one thing I want to say before we get too far into this episode is that me and Robert are not the experts on tiki culture. There is people that go really hard for the tiki, and we are definitely just bystanders, or not even bystanders. We are just opening up this window and peeking in, because the well of tiki culture is very deep, and I just I'm not.
Somewhere there's a little boy with the Hawaiian shirt at the bottom of that well.
I really enjoy tiki culture, but it's not like my whole vibe. I know I'm wearing a fucking skipper hat right now.
But we talk about fun shit, and this is fun.
Yeah, it's very fun. Yeah, we love themed anything.
Yeah.
And tiki restaurants, tiki bars.
It's got a culture to
anything.
it.
Yeah, sweet, good food.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I love
fun
it.
people too.
Yeah, they want
fun
to get
personalities.
fucked up.
Yeah.
White, cozy, just how we like it, Robert. It really speaks to the German side of me. It's really nice.
Yeah, the tiki.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So Clifton's Pacific Seas. If you guys want to know more about Clifford Clinton, he was a very, very wild character. I found out something recently about Clifford Clinton that I did not know.
Yeah.
That was told to me after the podcast. Apparently, there was people that were trying to kill Clifford Clinton, and they almost did.
Because he was a good guy.
Yes, and he hated politicians, and all these politicians wanted to get him in their back pocket so they could use him. Say I'm friends with Clifford Clinton, and he's doing all this good for the world, and ha ha ha.
Yeah.
And apparently, he pissed off a lot of politicians to the point where he was like, "Fuck you! I'm not going to be a part of anything that you're doing because you're a crooked scumbag."
Yeah.
And I guess Adrian Beard, friend of the show. Adrian told me that he knew that people were trying to kill him, so he put a giant steel panel underneath his bed because he was worried that somebody was going to plant a bomb underneath his house, and someone fucking did. And it went off when he was sleeping, and it blew him all the way to the ceiling.
What the that's wild.
I don't know if it's true or
assassination
not.
attempt on Clifford Clinton?
Yes.
Of Clifton's fame? Wow.
Yes. So that was something that happened. Apparently that's what happened.
Yeah, people don't like it when you're a good human being. So don't do that, guys.
Exactly, yeah. Okay, so let me just get through this history. We can talk about it. So Clifton's Pacific Seas is a tiki bar located inside Clifton's complex in downtown Los Angeles. It opened in November 2016, and it pays tribute to the original Clifton's Pacific Seas. This Clifton's location on Broadway opened in 1935 and remained in operation until it closed extensively for remodeling in 2011 by the new owner, Andrew Marion. People fuck up his name all the time. When it finally reopened in 2015. In addition to the nod to Clifton's own Polynesian pop history, Pacific Seas incorporates elements from the later heyday of the 1960s culture, thanks in particular to the decor purchased from Bahuka after it closed in 2013. Bahuka is another tiki bar from around here. Pacific Seas was built by Bamboo Ben, the grandson of the famous early tiki decorator and builder, Ed Headley. Bamboo Ben is also opening up a bar in my hometown called Kapu.
Really?
And I've seen some pictures. It's getting real close to opening up as the recording this podcast.
Wow, we should go.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be so fucking
I gotta
cool.
take a trip up with you.
Dude, that bar is gonna be sick.
Yeah.
Sick. And he was working on it last time I was up there, and I was walking by and I wanted to say what's up and meet the guy. Because Bamboo Ben is a fucking legend. But I didn't get a chance to. Bamboo Ben also made one of my favorite tiki bars in the world, the Golden Tiki in Las Vegas.
Legendary. Yeah.
I mean, it's new.
Yeah.
There's a more of a legendary one in Las Vegas called Frankie's.
Oh, yeah.
I have not been to Frankie's, but
where is that? What?
It's in Las Vegas. I have no idea. It's not on the Strip.
Okay.
So it's probably in like a weird little area. I feel like, Golden Tiki's in a weird little area too.
Yeah, I
like
saw
strip
Golden
mall.
Tiki when I was, yeah.
I mean, personally, I think that Andrew and his company, the people that rebuilt Clifton's Cafeteria, they did a fantastic job. I mean,
like paying homage and getting the spirit of Clifton's.
Well, yeah. I mean, they there was years and years of in that Clifton's building, with the original Clifton's Brookdale building, where they incorporated the Seven Seas into that. It's a hidden tiki bar. In that building, there was years and years and years of I want to say neglect. There was neglect, but there was like additions that were built on. So the original Clifton's cafeteria, before it closed down, was with the original owners. They had put in all these drop ceilings, and apparently that there wasn't just one drop ceiling. There was years and years and years of different drop ceilings. So when they opened up one drop ceiling, they realized there was another drop ceiling. And then when they took that one down, there was another one. So it created all kinds of problems. There was a point, I think, I might be getting this confused, but there was a leak in one of the pipes. I want to say, oh no, it might have been Clifton's. It might have been the Edison, which is another bar that this guy Andrew had redone. But I guess there was like, there was a leak, and so they put a bucket underneath the leak, and then that bucket overflowed, so they put another bucket, and there was like a whole tier of like 7 different buckets that were all filling with water because they just kept.
Damn.
So there was a lot of neglect into that.
Yeah.
Regardless, I mean, it is. I would say that Clifton's Seven Seas and also Clifton's Republic is an immersive experience. It's full on tiki. It's really well done. It definitely has, even though the original Clifton's was built in the 30s, it has this interesting blend of early tiki decor and also like 60s tiki decor as well, but really high end and really, really classy. It definitely, you go in there and it's weird. You feel the age of the new Pacific Seas. You feel it, and that building feels like very like there's spirits that are in those fucking walls. It's a great place. So Clifton's is probably one of my favorite places in Los Angeles.
Yeah, oh, I bet, dude.
Yeah. I wish that you could have gone there when they had the cafeteria.
Yeah, I know.
It was really cool, man. The cafeteria was the way they had the original cafeteria before they shut it down immediately. It was very. I think that they realized that the cafe was costing them way too much money, and they just ended up opening the place up as basically nightclubs and different levels of
nightclubs. Is there food still there to an extent?
So yes, there is. There is food. The last I heard, they were doing pizzas, and they wanted to do more food. But like I said, like it's not a cafeteria anymore at all. So they kind of got rid of that. And I understand, like if you're losing your ass on it, and they spent a lot of money. I mean, we're talking like over $10 million on redoing that whole building. I mean, you can see it when you go in there. You can see the amount of money they put into it. But fucking A, dude. The new Pacific Seas is a very, very classy tiki bar.
And it's in the same spot.
No, it's not. So the original Pacific Seas. So before we get into that, so there's another bar that we were just talking about earlier, the Edison.
Yes.
In Los Angeles. The Edison it's in the basement of the historic Higgins building, which was LA's first power plant downtown, and it takes pages from the old Coconut Grove and Ciro's, which is now the Comedy Store.
Yeah, the Comedy Store.
Yeah, so there's like a very like they took pages out of both of the old
so there's kind of an influence from
big
the
time.
Comedy
Yeah,
Store.
and like they also kept a lot of the stuff from the power plant. So there's all these like big power converters and shit.
Wow.
And apparently that building was totally fucked. It was labeled the Edison, what I'm talking about. The building was at one point in time labeled as the ugliest building in Los Angeles by the LA Times.
Did it give people cancer because of all the fucking...
Well, I mean, I guess it was like... I guess when they finally opened up the basement, or when they got down to the basement, it was under like 8 feet of water. You can actually, in the Edison, you can actually see where the water level was.
Whoa.
It's fucking crazy, dude. That if you get a chance to go to the Edison, that's another place that I really recommend. There's like fucking big bands that play there. There'll be like burlesque shows. Very cool.
Yeah.
So the last thing about the new Pacific Seas that I'll mention is, I guess this just happened recently. In September 2022, Los Angeles real estate investment firm Rabana.
Yeah, dude.
Rabana.
It's my
group.
Nirvana cover band. Yeah.
They acquired it from Andrew Mirian's Clifton's Cafeteria or Clifton's Republic for $8.6 million. It said that Clifton signed a long-term lease with the new owners so that the nightclub, including Pacific Seas, would remain open. I really do hope that's the case, and I think that I know that it probably can't be listed as a historic place in Los Angeles just because there's all kinds of weird building codes that you have to adhere to when you're dealing with historic properties. You have to do all kinds of weird shit. It kind of sucks. Like they handcuff you to a certain type of thing when sometimes that's not what is gonna. It's a fucking weird thing. I'm sure that there's people out there that know way more. There's people that know a lot more about that than I do. But regardless, yeah, that's like it got bought out just recently. So I'm hoping that it stays open. Okay, so the original Pacific Seas. I'm just gonna keep this short and sweet. The original Pacific Seas opened in 1932 as the Cafeteria of the Tropics. It was located a few blocks away from Clifton's Brookdale, which is where the new one is, downtown LA on Olive Street. In 1939, it changed its name to Pacific Seas and would soon become legendary as the most celebrated themed environment in the world. Shortly after, Don the Beachcomber and Trader Vic's created their legendary bars. Basically, that was the birth of Tiki culture. The exterior was blasted in rock work and tropical plants. The inside was like there was large waterfalls, kind of like they have at Clifton's Brookdale. Huts, Polynesian artifacts, and even artificial palm trees, or not artificial, neon palm trees. Well, there was artificial ones, but there was like neon ones in there.
Whoa, that's so
yeah,
cool.
There's
dude.
pictures. There's a few pictures that you can see online.
So cool.
They're fucking cool, man. It's interesting because you can kind of see where like the Tiki culture kind of began, and how it, in a lot of respects, people like Trader Vic and Don Beach, how they kind of elevated that, and actually even moreover, we're kind of going into the next territory a little bit, but Don Beach's ex-wife, who we'll talk about that. We're gonna get into that later.
That's very fascinating though to think of like Pacific Seas and Clifton's having an influence on Tiki culture. Like Clifton's kind of paved the way for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and it's unclear to me. I mean, in a lot of respects, Don Beach and Trader Vic were the ones that really pushed it hard.
Yeah.
But it's unclear who was the first at bat because there's like a year difference. I want to say that Clifton's Pacific Seas opened a year before Don the Beachcombers did. I think. But I'm sure that somebody's just cringing right now listening to me talk about this shit because, like I said, I'm not a.
It was around
expert.
the same time. Yeah,
it was right around the same time period, and I don't know what if any crossover there was, or if it was just something that was with a lot of World War II vets, or not even World War II vets, but yeah, World War II vets. A lot of these people that were stationed in different parts of the world, if they just all had a similar experience and all wanted to bring home a taste of something that they found in the tropics.
That's crazy. If it was in the 30s, yeah, then it would have even been before World War II. So these guys were probably just explorers or something, right? Like,
something. There is I think there was bases over in Hawaii.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
So I think a lot of them were just over there before Hawaii was even a state, and just they wanted a taste of that back home.
Yeah.
So, but who knows? There must have been, or maybe there was something else in pop culture that we're unaware of. That someone in the comment section could leave us a comment down below and let us know.
It was probably some great movie that wouldn't translate now with,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Jimmy
sure.
Stewart and the Jungle Man, or, whatever.
Exactly, yeah. Some Abbott and Costello movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. But Pacific Seas, the original Pacific Seas closed down in 1960. The building was demolished, and now it is currently a parking lot. Go figure.
Dang.
And, dude, I don't know if you've seen pictures of the Pacific Seas from the outside. It was such a cool looking building.
Yeah, I saw it. It looked rad.
So rad. All those plants all over it.
Is it
and all
the
the
same
rock work.
designer of I would imagine, right? Like the same.
Of the building facade?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Of the OG Clifton's?
Well, I'm not sure. I don't think it was, but I think
because aesthetically they're both really
cool.
Well,
I think that the rock work that I'm like pretty much 100% sure that the rock work that was done at Pacific Seas, Inside and Out, was also done by the same guy who did it over at Brookdale. It had to be. It looks very similar. You know?
Yeah.
It's weird how like the rock work of that era was very like chunky and clunky, and like over the years it's gotten better and better and better.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
But it looks like, because I've seen other rock work done in that time period. It was all these dudes that came over from World War II that had all these skills in like building shit out of concrete. And so they were like, cool, I'm going to build like weird miniature golf courses and all kinds of funky shit.
Yeah.
You know,
a lot
rock
of cool
work.
stuff.
Yeah. Have you ever been to like a weird mini golf course from the 30s or the 40s?
I'm not sure if...
You would know.
Yeah.
There's
I
a
don't
very
think
specific
so.
fucking tone to
Yeah,
them.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's strange.
Yeah, if Camelot or Castle Park is from the 30s,
Maybe,
then
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of them. There was one in Guerneville, California that I went to a few times. I want to say it's called Jay's Amusements. Actually, you know what? I take that back. Jay's Amusements was across the street. Regardless, there was an old 1940s miniature golf course where you like even like the water fountains you would drink. It was like a giant like tiger head, like a lion head. You drink out of the lion head.
Oh, I remember those, dude.
And
Yeah,
there's things that have been like repainted over the years to not be so racist, you know?
Yeah.
It's fucking great, dude.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's definitely a product of its time.
Yeah. That's in Guerneville?
In Guerneville, yeah.
Oh, dang, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. And it's like totally run by tweakers. So like they're like, yeah, I just painted this thing the other day. And it's like, you just painted it 2 weeks ago before that, dude. Like, get the fuck out of here. You just painted the other day.
You see him like eating paint.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I ate this week.
Yeah.
Fucking great. So yeah, that's the story of Pacific Seas then and now, Robert. It's a nice little short and sweet little episode that we had there.
Dude. I'm very captivated by Clifton's universe, you know, what they did, what he did. And
yeah,
that's
getting
so
almost
cool.
blown up.
I know, dude.
Allegedly. I have no idea. I didn't know that story at all.
Well, from, what I know about him, he was a good guy that cared for people and put everything on the line for people.
Dude, there should be a movie about fucking Clifford Clinton.
Yes. Why not?
He's the best.
Yeah.
There's movies
What
about
a
all kinds of other
badass.
buttholes, and why not Clifford
Yeah.
Clinton? He was a fucking real gem.
Yeah.
One of these days, someone has got to write that story. It's too cool, especially if that story about him getting almost blown up, and it's just.
I think Robert Zemeckis and Tom Hanks
Oh
should.
God, go to school, little boy. What a stupid fucking movie.
Pinocchio?
Oh, so bad.
You didn't like Jiminy Cricket?
I guess he was the best part.
Yeah. He was fun.
Did you like that movie?
I don't know.
You don't know?
It feels like it wasn't real. It felt
It
like
was
a very
terrible.
surreal thing.
It was
Yeah.
awful. There was nothing. It was just a fucking nothing.
Too many cooks in
burger.
the kitchen over there at Disney right
Dude, it's
now.
fucking terrible.
You can't do anything.
It's the-
yeah.
that was like the worst. I mean, all the Disney remakes are just.
I'm trying to think.
Trash.
I enjoyed. I as much shit as I might get for it. I enjoyed the remake of Aladdin for some
Oh my
reason.
God.
And it's Will Smith, man. He brings in the rhymes.
Are you doing an impression of a black person who raps?
No, but I'm making fun of the corny Will Smith stuff, and he just slapped someone, half
That
a
was
year
good.
ago. So it's funny to
Good
reference
for Chris Rock, man.
Will Smith. I know, dude.
Making
Yeah,
money.
Will Smith. We grew up on his movies and his raps.
So you like
dude.
the new Aladdin movie?
I enjoyed it in a weird way,
Huh.
like in a kitschy, not like, and like it just reminded me of watching Saved by the Bell or something. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It had like a weird kind of, I don't know. Maybe it was like the women in the movie were like just real good and attractive. I don't know,
Okay.
dude. And the guy that played Aladdin was fine too. I thought it was a fun movie.
Huh.
Yeah, and people hate it. Yeah,
Hate it.
but I enjoyed.
Not as much as
it.
I hated Pinocchio.
Yeah, Pinocchio was messy. That was weird.
It
yeah.
was bad. It was very, very bad. Disney is
Yeah.
like, I don't know,
Yeah,
whatever. I
but-
haven't. I don't think I've seen anything from Disney in a while that just like really blew me away. I liked Turning Red.
Yeah, Turning Red was great.
Yeah,
Turning
but
Red is
there
one
was
of my
like certain
favorites.
parts of Turning Red that I'm just like, why isn't there any hockey fans? Takes place in Toronto, and there's no hockey fans. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's very weird. Yeah, that's a big part of Canada.
I mean, I have known Canadians that weren't hockey fans, but even the people that are like the Canadians that aren't really like hockey fans are like, yeah, my dad, he played hockey and he was a motherfucker. He beat the shit out of me and my mom, and so I stayed away from hockey for the rest till now, and but when I go to bars and the games are on and I watch all of them, and I got a couple jerseys. I'm like, oh, okay, so you don't watch hockey, but you watch every hockey game. Oh yeah, I watch all the Leafs games, but yeah, man, my fucking dad was a piece of shit. And he was a hockey fan, so I don't like hockey. Oh, okay, interesting. So it's like that movie had no. I mean, fucking. What was it? Inside Out was like had like
she's
hockey.
From Minnesota or Wisconsin. Or something.
It's like that had like hockey chunks in it. They were in San Francisco, so
and they moved to San Francisco, and she's
like,
trying to.
Come on, dude, it's fucking Toronto.
That's true.
Leafs Nation, brother.
Yeah,
they should have put the Leafs in there.
There was no mention of the Maple Leafs at all.
There was no mention of any hockey, anything.
That's bizarre.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
But other than that, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoed Turning Red too.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't know, man.
I think because it had a lot to do with when I got my first period. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Out of your butt.
Out of my butthole. But dude, this is a really fun episode. And on that note,
we're done?
I don't know. Are we done?
Oh shit, man! You're just jumping the gun over here.
I know. I think
we started talking about diarrhea, blood, and watching the watch time just go.
I know. I wanted to end. On a high note. But yeah, man, I think it's really
We're
cool.
gonna go, bro. We gotta go.
Are we gonna go to Clifton's?
Yes, we have
Let's
to.
do
man.
it, dude.
You're a tiki guy. You own a captain's hat. You're a conquistador in some respects, one way or the other. You got German blood.
Yeah,
you're primed for tiki, man.
We should do it.
Yeah, you're a dancer. Tiki. You're a good dancer.
Thank
you do
you,
the
man.
tiki dance.
Yeah,
you're almost like a hula girl. Oh my god! Before we end this, dude. There was Clifton's had, and this is a product of it's like a thing that it still happens to this day. So there was all these photo girls at Clifton's that, like, you know how when you go, like, I don't know if you've ever been on a cruise ship, but there's like people that go, oh, will you like your photo taken? And it's like a commission. So the Clifton's had these photo girls, and one of them was named Vilma, and so Vilma worked at Clifton's for I think 10 years. And she wrote a diary for 10 years. And I think it's her daughters who I've actually met.
Whoa, really? Wow.
Yes. So I met the daughters of Vilma. I cannot remember their names. I only met them one time.
Was it Bam Bam and Pebbles?
Exactly, yeah. They're really fucking sweet.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they made these giant, what the hell were they? Like pineapple upside down cakes. But it was like pineapple upside down pie. It was like this. It was so fucking, and it was so cool looking because they did them in these big plastic, round dishes, so you could see all the layers. And then they had on the top of it was all the pineapple slices with the cherries on top. It was really cute. And I got some pictures of them standing in front of these things. But yeah, so their mom was a photo girl at Clifton's, and she kept this diary for 10 years. And every day she wrote in this diary. And I guess there's all kinds of stories about like people getting fired, fucking pervy ass guys or guys that she'd hook up with and all this shit.
Whoa.
I guess it's really fucking funny and super interesting.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I want to say that they put them out on
Did she write a book or something?
I want to say they're either in a book or they're on a blog somewhere.
Wow.
But
Clifton's when did she work there? Back in the day,
back in the
30s?
day, yeah. I think in the 40s or 50s.
In the 40s
yeah.
or 50s. Wow.
Yeah.
Like, so Dean Martin came in and
I'm sure there was all kinds of celebrities.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these places, they were like, the go-to places for people,
Yeah.
Maybe not Clifton's, but maybe I'm wrong on that. But yeah, that's a really cool little
cool
thing.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
I think it's called Diary of Vilma Unchained or something. But I think if you guys just type in Diary of Vilma, Vilma, you might be able to find that. And also on Instagram. I think I follow it on Instagram too.
That's cool.
Yeah, and she's got tons and tons of photos that they post of
Old
their
school.
mom.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Super cool, man.
Yeah, such a great story. Yeah, I'm excited. So if you're in Los Angeles,
yeah, we are lucky that places like Clifton's cafeteria and moreover Clifton's Pacific Seas actually exist, and we can go there, and it's a place that it's hidden. It's like you got to go through a freaking hidden door.
Yeah, it's a secret location.
Yeah, I went there with Jay Cody, who is like a big tiki boy.
Yeah. Was that his first time?
No, he's been there a bunch of times. Yeah. He's been around the block.
That's cool.
Tiki man.
I'm sure he knows all about all of this, huh?
Yeah, he'd be a great guest for this round too, but he's way the fuck out there in I don't know where, like Slab City. Yeah, exactly.
Or Slab City. Oh yeah, it is way out there.
Yeah, he's like got a boat on the Salton Sea.
I could see him sailing the seas with the Salton Sea with like a mirage of Cliftons.
Yeah,
you know?
and just
But-
fucking toxic fucking dust just squirting everywhere. You're just slugging down tiki drinks and
Oh, that sounds
yeah,
fun.
baking in the sun.
Being a pirate out there in the desert.
Yeah, man. Dead fish everywhere.
Doug Gleason.
Salton Sea is a
shit.
weird fucking place.
Oh yeah, dude. Salt. Yeah, it is. It is.
You know the story of the Salton Sea?
Yeah. What was the deal with the Salton Sea again?
There was all kinds of ag land. They turned the desert into a bunch of ag land, and there was this big ass flood. And they were diverting water from the Colorado River, and there was a big ass flood, and the flood just like completely filled in a giant chunk of land, and that's what became the Salton Sea. It was that big.
Wow.
And I think it's the biggest body of water in the state of California. I think. Might not be the deepest, but I think it's the biggest.
Whoa.
And now it's kind of drying up over time
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we had no rain. And I guess it's like spreading all kinds of toxic dust all over into Palm Springs and shit, causing all kinds of health problems.
Man.
Yeah, so they're having to like fill it back up because it's so toxic.
Damn.
And there's people that will still swim in that shit. That actually would be a really good Robertland too, is to talk about the Salton Sea.
Oh, I'm down, dude.
Because there was all kinds of like resorts built out there and shit.
Yeah.
So we're not talking about that. We were talking about Pacific
We'll save it for
Seas.
another one, so you guys have stuff to look forward to.
Yeah,
and,
for season 4. Is it
season 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is coming
man.
around the bend, man. After
Yeah.
this little break that we're gonna take and revamp the channel, which basically means that we're gonna pluck each other's butthole hairs out with tweezers
Yeah.
or teeth. You know,
Yeah,
one or the
yeah.
other. It's gonna be
We'll
good.
use the Butt Machine Boys.
Yeah, we will, dude. We're bringing them back, dude. Butt
Yeah,
Machine
bringing them
Boys, yeah.
back, dude.
And me and Zach Hillman's butt baby's
Yeah.
gonna fucking get involved with that one too. It's gonna be a whole. We're taking it 360, man.
Man, well,
Right
this has
in like a butthole, you know.
been real fun to go down this tiki.
Yeah, dude. Tiki hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't even got to the.
Is this it of the tiki
No,
episodes?
man. No, we got the last Tiki episode is going to be the Dawn.
Nick
The episode is going to
Toretto.
be the Dawn.
Oh, dude.
dawn of
you
Tiki.
gotta end.
Toretto.
You
Tiki.
got to end on that one. Yeah, man.
So
But man,
on that note,
in Guy we trust.